Good evening and welcome to the October 1st edition of Size Eyes on the Skies. We had very good temperatures across the country and across Iowa today with mid-70s in Iowa. Some cool down is coming this weekend, but Corey Harguth will have the lowdown on Iowa's cool down coming up at Size Eyes on the Skies.
It's Monday night on ISU TV. Broadcasting live from Ames, Iowa. This is Size Eyes on the Skies. ISU TV's longest running television show brings you the weather around the country, in Iowa, Ames, and beyond. The Iowa State Meteorology Department's team of forecasters keeps you ahead of the next weather system. Size Eyes on the Skies starts now.
Thanks again for tuning into this edition of Size Eyes on the Skies. I am blessed to be joined here with Sam Schreier with our national weather. Sam, how are you doing?
Bless your heart. I'm doing okay. The Cyclones did not win Saturday, and that was a brutal game to be out there towards the end. Still, you kind of let us down a little bit, but the Vikings won. That was a good game. Justin Keller, our producer, is happy because the Packers won, even though the refs practically gave the game to them. And
oh, God.
It was a good time.
They were back. We had the new refs back again, but they sure blew it up at the end of that game.
You know what? They really did. But, so it's good. Good temperatures today.
Oh, yeah.
Woo.
Across the country as well?
Across the country, everything's pretty mild out right now. Although, brace yourselves. It's going to get cold. Cold snow even in parts of Montana, even in Minnesota, Corey.
Well, and we're also blessed to be here with Corey Harguth here with the Iowa forecast. Temperatures across the week. What are you thinking?
Yeah, well, it started out really chilly this morning, but it turned into an absolutely beautiful fall day to start off the month of October, but it's not going to stick around long, so enjoy it while we have it is all I'm going to say.
We did
Enjoy it while we have it.
Yeah, we did have very breezy conditions. Myriad of leaves were blowing all over the place campus. I got hit in the face a couple times. Context with the eyes was not working out very well.
Against me, but okay.
Yeah.
Have you noticed the fall is really in now? The leaves have started to change color. A multitude of them are falling on that side. It's really quite gorgeous.
It is quite gorgeous.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and jump into our day planner then.
Sure.
With the Iowa forecast.
Tomorrow. So around midnight, a few clouds hanging around as we get down into the 50s, around midnight, 53 degrees. Getting up and heading off to class for some of us around 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Still a few clouds hanging around and getting down to a chilly 48 degrees. Then as some of us are getting done with classes, the clouds are gone and another beautiful fall day as we look for temperatures right around 73 degrees. So another beautiful day.
I'm excited. I'm just excited.
Another really huge diurnal shift. We've got 40s in the night to up close to 80s some parts of Iowa, 70s.
That is true.
And you know why that is? Because, of course, we haven't had much moisture out there for quite some time. Not a lot of rain. The ground out there is like concrete all over the place, so it's able to heat right up real quickly just from day to night.
I think the dryness also affects, it's only October 1st and already half the trees are losing all their leaves.
Yeah,
I think, not much water within them.
Exactly.
Yeah, I heard a report today that at least the northern third, if not closer to the northern two-thirds of Minnesota, are already at 75 to 100% color.
Same thing in Wisconsin. I was looking at pictures on the satellite, and
the drought outlook.
Everything was already it was dried out. Everything was already orange. I mean, it felt like it was almost
We've been
November.
in extreme for quite some time, and it honestly just doesn't look like. I mean, it's going to be until like next spring before we really get that alleviated.
Yeah.
Winter snow. Hopefully, we get a heavy winter snow to help replenish some of that groundwater we lost. But
We'll see what happens. Yeah. Well, that is going to take us to our first break. Thank you, and stay tuned to Size Eyes on the Skies. Thanks for tuning in to Size Eyes in the Skies, and welcome back. It is, like Sam mentioned in the preface, it was very nice temperatures across the country, and right now we will go to Sam Schreier with the national forecast.
Thank you, Zach. Oh, let's pretend I'm there and playing a little ghost on you since it is about Halloween. We would have thought producer Keller had gotten this one fixed, but oh, there I am. Peekaboo is what I was playing with you guys. So current temps around the nation's 90 is about the hottest we saw in San Francisco, 103 in Phoenix, a little bit balmy down there. Then over here on most of the Midwestern part of the country, 70s in Minneapolis, 64 in St. Louis. So extremely nice over here in the Midwest. As we head off east towards New York, 70 degrees, Pennsylvania about 70 to 60 degrees as well. So just beautiful all across the country. East side of the state or the country is feeling it a little bit better than the west side, but still fantastic to be outside. Our highs this afternoon, we hit again about 103 in Phoenix. Sorry, tomorrow's highs, we're going to be seeing 102 in Phoenix. Not a whole lot of difference there. 81 in Denver, about 70 degrees in Minneapolis, and about 67 in St. Louis. Theme for the past few days, really because of a big ridge off just to the north and west of the state up into Canada. So we got a lot of high temperatures wanting to blow into our areas. That ridge moves on across. Then about 74 in Kansas and 67 in St. Louis and Springfield. Now go ahead and taking a look at the national view of things. Not a whole lot going on right now for satellite and radar. A few systems just off to the west of Iowa, but they are dying out. Iowa just can't seem to get a break from rain right now. But otherwise, not a whole lot of action in the rest of the country. Nothing on the western side of the state. Mostly high pressure dominated over there, as long with the Midwest. And then a few systems working their way north just east of Illinois and Indianapolis. But just a few, just really light rain with those systems. No real thunderstorms present there in Florida. Again, just typical showers they see. Not a whole lot of action going around in the country right now. It's kind of boring out there, and we wish we could get some of that rain, but, you know, what are we going to do? Clouds and radar. Again, that system just off to the east of Iowa, south and east. Not a whole lot of activity there, just some showers and pretty boring weather for most of the country. Taking a look at Futurecast. Again, so some rain, just going to want to stay out of Iowa. It's pretty boring. Again, that jet stream is up to the north of the country, actually, hanging out mostly in Canada. So some rain and clouds isolated over there. But on the eastern side, this is where we're going to see most of our rain chances throughout the end of the week. And not a whole lot of thunderstorms, maybe just off to the east of the Carolinas and such. But, you know, Iowa, we're staying clear, except maybe a system's going to want to finally push through towards the end of this week. We could get a frontal boundary come through and maybe provide us a bit of rain. Now, Madison, Wisconsin's forecast. What a gorgeous forecast for them. Just a few clouds here and there throughout their forecast. We head into the weekend, but really not too bad. Lows are going to dip down into the 50s towards the end of the week, though, and heading into Monday, about 57 degrees for their temperatures. So that's all I've got for national weather. Let's head back to Zach.
Thanks, Sam. It does look pretty good across the country, but now it's time to take a look at our trivia question today. What weather event happened in downtown Des Moines on October 2nd, 2007? Is it A, heavy snow, B, a tornado, C, an ice storm, or D, a flood? That answer and the rest of Si's Eyes in the Skies will be coming up after this break. Thanks and welcome back to Si's Eyes in the Skies. As I mentioned, let's take a look at our trivia question one more time. What weather event happened in downtown Des Moines on October 2nd, 2007? Was it A, a heavy snow, B, a tornado, C, an ice storm, or D, a flood? And the correct answer is, it is B, a tornado. And in fact, it was an EF1 tornado that produced about 110 miles per hour of wind, and it went straight through downtown Des Moines. It only lasts about 8 miles or so, so not too much. Speaking of Iowa, we're going to go over to Corey Harguth here on the wall with the Iowa forecast. Corey?
Hey, thanks, Zach. Not looking for any tornado activity, obviously, for tonight. Absolutely beautiful if you're stepping outside right now. 72 degrees here in Ames. Gusty winds out of the north at 16 miles per hour. That relative humidity is sitting at a very low 25%. Temperatures across the area: 70 in Fort Dodge, 68 in Carroll, 73 in Perry, 72 in Boone, and 72 as well in Ankeny at this hour. As we zoom out just a little bit and take a look at the entire state, 71 in Sioux City, 68 in Council Bluffs, 70 in Fort Dodge, and 69 right now in Mason City. Dew points, when I showed you these last Monday, we saw how dry they were with temperatures being down in the low to middle 30s. Most of them have come up just a little bit, but still very dry. 39 in Sioux City, 39 in Council Bluffs, 45 in Mason City, and a dew point of 35 here in Ames. Winds are very gusty across much of the state, most of them out of the north, a little bit out of the northwest. 16 miles per hour, as I said, here in Ames, 15 in Des Moines, 20 in Mason City, and winds checking in at 13 miles an hour right now in Council Bluffs. The last 6 hours on radar, we had a few showers trying to make their way into Iowa earlier this afternoon, but they just kind of fizzled away and unfortunately left us hanging dry yet again, leaving just a few clouds or some fairly heavy clouds in some areas here across Iowa. Your forecast for tonight, looking for a low right around 44 degrees tonight with partly cloudy skies and winds dropping down to 5 to 10 miles per hour, but still hanging out of the north. For tomorrow, warming back up to another beautiful fall day, 74 degrees, mostly sunny skies, and those winds staying out of the north at right around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday, we get back up into the 80s one more time, but then there's that big drop on the roller coaster on Thursday, 59 degrees for your high with a 40% chance of some rain, so maybe we'll get lucky and finally see a few showers. But otherwise, it looks like it's going to stay cool for the rest of the week. So we weren't kidding when we said it was going to drop off dramatically, almost a 30-degree difference between Wednesday and Thursday.
That was quite eloquently spoken by you for the Iowa forecast. I definitely loved it, and both by you, Sam.
Yeah, you know what?
There's nothing else going on out there. You gotta.
Well, you know what's even more elegant though is just the overall colors of the leaves, because Iowa State does gold and cardinal for a lot of their trees, so it matches our colors, and you get kind of that myriad of leaf colors all over those trees, and it's just absolutely beautiful. All the shapes too they've got.
It was absolutely beautiful, and it was pretty. You know, looking across campus today, just walking. I mean, the temperatures.
When I wasn't getting attacked by the leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a stuckeracious thing when you're getting attacked by all those leaves out of nowhere. It just kind of stinks, but you you deal with it and you just keep moving on.
You keep moving on. You get hit in the face, you fall. You know, it's all right. But the wind, how bad was it today? I mean,
I saw gusts upwards of about 20, so not much worse than what we're seeing right now.
Typical fall breezy day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it did bring the warmer temperatures.
Yeah. So. It did get nice though.
Yes, it did.
Back to that, trivia question I had. Did you know that 2 vehicles were flipped over by that tornado?
The one in Des Moines?
No, the one in Des Moines. I didn't even know there was a tornado in Des Moines until I looked today. But
I had neither, honestly.
It was just, I was reading it right now. One SUV, I'm like, man, that was...
When did you say that occurred?
October 2nd, 2007. So just to mention that severe storms are probable and still likely in October.
Some little Ford Focus was maybe a smart.
And the other one was a little Prius. And
yeah, so his Prius got flipped over. Although a gust of about 30 can do that. Very eloquent.
Yeah, they go that far. But you know what? Gas mileage. We're going to go off topic and talk about gas mileage right now. I mean, those little cars.
Gas mileage. Gas mileages are absurd right now.
Well, Iowa is definitely cheaper than most other places.
Chicago, it's probably about $1 over ours at least. So probably close to $5 for a gallon of gas.
It's completely ridiculous. And to speak of ridiculousness, we had 3 wired mics tonight. We had no wireless mics. We got dragged back and forth across the studio. Luckily, I got to stay here and be lazy. But,
it was, so bear with us. Sometimes that happens.
Yep.
Things get a little stuckeracious on size eyes, but you just roll with it. I think it turned out pretty well for having no wireless.
It was
not
pretty
bad.
Retro. We did back in time.
What do you say we switch gears one more time? Our other producer, Justin's been bugging us to keep reminding people about the Facebook page. So there we go. Are you happy now, Justin?
The Facebook page, yes, you can look. And in case, since it is so nice outside and the temperatures... some people mess around in the back studio.
Yeah,
it's just a problem. Foliage, trees blowing, the studio is just falling apart. But back to those fall pictures that are absolutely beautiful around campus. If you want, you can send them to the studio, and they can be viewed on air at ISU sizeeyes@gmail.com. Once again, it's ISU. You can see it on the TV right now, ISU sizeeyes@gmail.com, and we'll put the pictures right on air for you guys and put your little name next to it. We're getting pretty professional here on Size Eyes in the Skies.
And not only that, most people forget we do have a Twitter. Sometimes
we do have a Twitter. We tweet. We tweet about the weather, tweet about the wind.
Sometimes we just tweet how your day's going.
Stickeracious events around the campus.
You never know what we might come up with.
Stickeracious is a very popular word tonight in Size
but they also are elegant tweets, though.
Eloquent, actually.
Eloquent, sorry. Well, what, before we go any further, Zach, why don't you go ahead and wrap it up right now?
I will, and thanks again for tuning in on this, quite embarrassing, but somewhat manageable Size Eyes in the Skies, and have a lovely October 1st.